Okay, let's say question number 19. Question number 19 is 200 logs are stacked in the following manner: 20 logs in the bottom row, 19 in the next, 18 in the row next to it, and so on. In how many rows are 200 logs placed, and how many logs are in the top row? So in this question, there are 200 logs in total, and we are placing 20 of them at the bottom row. Above it, we are placing 19 of them. Then above it, we are placing 18 of them, and so on. Now you're asked to find in how many rows all these 200 logs can be placed. That means you're going to find the number of rows. And also you have to find on the top row, how many logs will be there. On the top row, how many logs will be there. Now here, we are starting from the bottom with 20 logs. So we'll take the first term as 20, and then we are placing 19 logs over it. So the second term will be 19. So from there, we can find the common difference. And here we are going to arrange 200 logs. So this 200 logs will be the sum. So let's start. Exercise 5.3. 19 solution. So here the first term will be taken as 20. Then common difference will be what? 19 minus second term minus first term. The second term will be the row that is above the bottom row. And in that we know there is 19 logs. So it will be 19 minus 20 equal to what? Minus 1. Now, as we go up, the number of logs will reduce. So here the common difference will be negative. Then we have to find n. And then we have to tell how many logs will be on the top row. That means we have to find the last term also. Okay, now here 200 will be taken as a sum. So Sm will take it 200. Apply the formula. N by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d equal to 200. Now put the values, and we don't know. 2a is how much? 20, and we don't know. D is minus 1. Then say before the bracket we have n by 2. This 2 by 2 we can take it to the other side. The by 2 we can take it to the other side. It is at the bottom on the left side, so it will go at the top on the right side, or it is at the denominator. If we take it to the other side, it will go at the numerator. So just solve it. 20 into 2 is 40. Let's remove the bracket. N into minus 1 is n into minus 1 will be minus 1n. That means n. And minus 1 into minus 1 will be how much? Plus 1. Now, again, solve the bracket. So it will be 41 minus n equal to how much? 200 into 2 will be 400. Then multiply and remove. 41 and minus n square equal to 400. Then arrange it. Minus n squared term first, then the n term. Then bring the constant also to this side. Okay, now what you can do is The first term is negative, or the n square term is negative, so change the sign of everything. Minus will become plus, plus will become minus. Again, minus will become plus. Now, what we are going to do is we'll try to factorize it and we'll try to find n. So 400, if you take LCM, okay, let's find the factors. 5. Since there are many 2 zeros, so let's start the LCM by 5. 5 is a 40. Again, we can do it by 5. 5. 1 to 5. 6, 7, 8, 3 in hand. 5 is a 30. Okay, you have done twice. 5 into 5 is how much? It is 25. 5 into 5 is 25. And 16, from 25 and 16, can you get 41? Yeah, 41 is what? 25 plus 16. So you can break this 41 as 25 plus 16. So break it. N square minus, instead of 41, 25 plus, sorry, 25 plus 16, not minus. Okay, now remove the bracket. 25 and minus 16 and equal plus 400 equal to 0. Take common from the first two. So what you get, n minus 25 minus, from 16 and 400, what you can take 16 common. So n will be left, and last one we multiply the sign, plus minus into plus will be minus, and 16 will go how many times? 25 times. Okay. Right after this, if you're done, you can raise your hand. Yeah, I can see 24 hands, and it's to see some more hands. Okay, so it is understood. So I'm rubbing the first part. Okay, so what you got? This in the bracket we have n minus 25 and minus 25, so we can take n minus 25 common. Take it. And what is left? N minus 16. equal to 0. Now take either or and find n. We're getting product of 2 bracket equal to 0, so we can take either or and we can find n. N minus 25 equal to 0, so n equal to how much? 25. Or we can take n minus 16 equal to 0, so n equal to how much? 16. Okay, so we got two values of n, both are positive, so both are possible. Now we will try to find the number of logs in the last row or in the top row. So what are you going to find? Since we got n as 25, we'll find a 25 and c, and we'll find a 16 also and see what we get. Okay, let's find a 25. When n equal to 25. Okay, we don't have to write like that. Let's find a 25. A 25 will be equal to what? A plus n minus 1 d. So we got n25 and n16, so we'll find the 25 term and the 16 term and see, let's see what will be the value of a25 and n25. So a25 will be what? A plus n minus 1 d, the formula is. Now put it, a is how much? A is 20 plus n is 25 minus 1 d is how much? Minus 1. So what are you getting? 20 plus 24 into minus 1. So we are getting 20 plus 20 minus 24. So it is minus 4. Okay. And you find a 16 also. A 16 equal to a plus n minus 1 d. So put the value, a is 20 plus n is 16 minus 1 d is how much? Minus 1. So it will be 20 plus 16 minus 1 is 15 minus 1 5. Okay, now we got two values. Now here we got a25 as negative value. Now that means what? On the top row there is minus 4 log. Now that is not possible because minus means it will not exist. And when we have taken n equal to 16, we got a16 equal to 15. That means on the top row there will be 5 log. And since it is positive, it is possible. So we'll reject the negative value, or we can just give the conclusion. Therefore, number of rows is either 16 or 25. Is either number of rows is either 16 or 25, and the number of logs in the top row and the number of logs in the top row is 5. That is this. We cannot take the negative value because the logs the counts of log cannot be less than 0. Okay, once you're done, you can raise your hand. Some more hands. Okay, so I think it's done. Let's move to the next question. Okay, the question is, say, question number 20. In a potato race, a basket is placed at the starting point. So we have a basket at the starting point. Now, which is 5 meters from the first potato. Now the basket is at a distance of 5 meters from the first potato. First potato is here. The basket is at a distance of 5 meters from it. And other potatoes are placed 3 meters and the other potatoes are placed 3 meters apart in the straight line. Now, from the first one, next one is placed at a distance of 3 meters. Again, the next one is placed at a distance of 3 meters. Again, the next one is placed at a distance of 3 meters from the previous one, and so on. There are 10 potatoes in a line. The number of potatoes in a line is 10. So leaving the first, the distance between the first potato and the basket is 5, but the rest are placed from each other at a distance of 3 meters from each. Okay. Now, what the thing is that a competitor starts from the basket, picks up the nearest potato, runs back with it, drops it in the basket, and again run back to pick up the next potato, run to the basket to drop it in. And she continues in the same way until all the potatoes are in the basket. What is the total distance the competitor has to run? Okay, so from the question, what do you understand? This is the first potato. To pick up the first potato, what he has to do, or what the competitor has to do, he has to start running from the basket, go to the potato, pick it up, and come back and put it in the basket. So to do so, he has to run how many meters? To fetch the potato, to reach the potato 5 meters, and again to bring and put it in the basket, he has to run again 5 meters. So in total, to put the first potato in the basket, he has to run 10 meters. Then again, to pick up the second potato, he has to run 5 meters plus 3 meters, that means 8 meters to pick it up. Again, he has to bring it up near the basket. So again, he has to run 8 meters, and then he can drop it in the basket. So to drop the second one in the basket, he has to run 5 plus 3, 8 to get the potato, and to bring it back again, he has to run 8. That means in total, he has to run how much? 16 meters to drop the potato on the basket. Then same way to bring the third potato, He has to run 5 plus 3 plus 3. That means how much? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to get the potato. And to bring it and drop it in the basket, he has to run again 11. That means he has to run 22 meter to pick up the third potato or to drop the third potato in the basket. Now she has to continue this until she fetch up the last potato, that is the 10th potato. Okay, so what you can do here is, here we have to find the total distance run. So total distance run, we're going to use the sum formula, and here the first term will be 10. Why? To fetch the first potato, he has to run 5 plus 5, 10 meter. So we can take first term a equal to 5 plus 5, 10. Then common difference will be how much? Say, first potato, to pick up the first potato, he has to run 10. And to pick up the second one, he has to run 5 plus 3. Again, 5 plus 3, that means what? 8 plus 8, 16. So to pick up the second potato, she has to run 16 meter. To first pick up the first potato, she has to run 10 meter. So the difference is coming out how much? 16 minus 10. 16 minus 10 is how much? 6 meter. So common difference will be 6. And the number of potato is 10. So n will be 10. Now, to find the total distance run by the competitor, you have to find what? The total distance. What is the total distance the competitor has to run? And for that, what you have to do, you have to find just the sum. So let's take it. Sn is given by what? N by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. So here n is 10, so we'll find as 10. 10 by 2. 2a is how much? 10 plus n is 10 minus 1 d is how much? 6. Okay, so let's solve it. 2 into 10, 20 plus 10 minus 1 is 9 into 6. 10 by 2. Okay, solve the bracket. So 20 plus 9 6 are 54. Again, solve it. 20 plus 54 will be 74. Got it. 2 3s are 6, 1 and 2 7s are 14. Multiply, it will be 370. So sum we are getting 370. That means the competitor total distance run by the competitor will be how much? 370. Therefore, it does give the conclusion. Therefore, the total distance run by the competitor is is 370 meter.